London Overground service to London Euston. Next station is South Hampstead.
What do you think of when you think of Slovenia?
I guess like family and nature and mountains and like just different way of life in a sense. You know, drinking coffee, friends. You know, it's like yeah, it's gonna.
I like seeing students, like the ones over there, who are super diligent. I like how they work hard and I would like to help them. And if they like Japanese culture, then why not help them learn Japanese?
And what is the Japanese society doing apart from the classes?
We have a lot of like social events as well. For example, tomorrow we have a social event together with the Japan Society of KCL, I think.
Like beer party? Was that?
Is it?
No,
I don't know, but
pub.
it's like a pub event.
The pub event.
Yeah. They should do more non-alcoholic events actually.
You think so?
Yeah, hanami. 花見とかもやろうか。
やりたいね。
いや。
プリムローズヒル。
私全然手伝えないよ。
でもそっか関西弁と
大体わかるけど喋れない。
じゃあジェニファーが喋ったことに対して関西弁で喋る？同じ。
あれもいいね。
イントネーションの違いがわかるように。
そっか。例えば。あ、そうそう。あとやばいとやばい。
やばいっていう。
やばい。そう関西の人。そう。
あとあれバナナはバナナ。
あ、そう。
ナスビはナスビ。
あとマックとマクド。
マクド。
Test.
I'm already. I'm not sure what we're testing. I trust Seb.
Do you personally perceive yourselves as somebody who would think that nationality is important?
I want to say no, but at the same time, I think nationality is something that that's sort of inherent. Like it plays a role to. I don't know. I don't know. I would think of myself more European than I'd like to see myself as more European than British. I've got family out there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not very like patriotic. I get patriotic when the World Cup's on, or when the royal family gets married, or something happens.
Or when Eurovision's on.
Oh yeah. Oh Eurovision. Yeah. Then I'm like everyone else can back off, like England. But no, like not really. I guess I should say I'm not patriotic either or anything, by the way. Yeah. But I do think that growing up, you have this idea of home, and well, most people do anyway, unless your parent was a diplomat or something and you had to travel your whole childhood life.
There's something appealing about learning about like your country's history and culture. Like,
What kind of things do you think that nationality creates that would separate you two?
Nationality creates a
bit of rivalry, I guess. I don't know.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess it would make me think that I would. I don't know. Maybe think that I have more in common from someone from England just because they're English, rather than have more in common with me.
What kind of things? What kind of things do you think you have in common?
I don't know. I guess. Well, I don't know. Like similar experiences in school and like what TV and what music.
The
and,
everyday
and,
things. Like
simple things, but and the big things,
Well, maybe you guys get out, like Patrick and Isabella, like to get out of the way.
Where?
So just move like a bit down.
Growing up in Northern Ireland was great. It's got quite a small town mentality. I think that unless you kind of leave Northern Ireland, you don't know anything outside of Northern Ireland. People who have never left can be quite small-minded, just because it's all that you know. It's a very, everyone in Northern Ireland is Northern Irish. It's not very international. So there's definitely a strong community feel. And because it was quite small town, everyone knows everyone. So it's nice to grow up and to be able to walk down the street and see at least 5 people that you know. Also, I guess my degree was pretty international, and it tended to be there tended to be like the Europeans kind of stuck together, and then the Asians kind of stuck together. There weren't any other Northern Irish people, I guess, so I just naturally gravitated towards the Brits or the Europeans.
In Brazil, for example, if you meet a Brazilian, you instantly, I know that's really stereotypical, like you instantly bond like over football, and you always talk about it.
Makes sense.
And when we win stuff, we really feel like actually really proud of it, even though like Brazil has a bunch of political problems, we still like feel proud of like football.
But I feel like that's the case. I feel like international students in general socialize much easier amongst each other. Because don't you feel like it's a little bit harder to socialize with British students? Because I think it comes with their like, I don't want to generalize, but they are more like reserved. It's like harder to approach them. Don't you think so?
I think because you like international students, they're in the same situation that they're away from home and experiencing something.
And also in terms of language, I feel like it's like back in your mind, you're just like, oh my gosh, they will not understand me. I have like different accent and. And as international students, we understand each other on this level as well, and
definitely.
you don't have this back in your mind.
Yeah.
And then, well, I think like English people, they think about it much more. I feel like it's a big thing in this culture how you speak English, because it's a way to not judge, but to assess how educated a person is and what's their background, assessing their accent and the way they use English. Well, if you're international, it's hard to do that, and we don't do it to each other. But I feel like the back of their minds, if you meet someone who is British, they will try to assess and like put you into box where you're from. Don't you think so?
I think for some people maybe, yeah, but it definitely plays a role that international students can bond easily because they're in the same situation.
Yeah.
They're
So
away
yeah,
from
in general,
home.
yeah, I would
it
say.
can be difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Would you raise your children here? Would you stay here and raise your children?
In London? Not London, maybe the countryside.
That's why. Yeah, I was just thinking about it, because when I think about my childhood, what was amazing is that we had so much freedom, like being from small village, which is very peaceful. You know everyone knows you, so you just go around like around the forest, and like whole day you wouldn't be at home, and no one would be scared that you will get stolen or something. While here, it's like
I think it's more.
You're scared. Like, would you let your child to go to school?
I feel that London is not much like a family place.
Yeah, it's more like, So that's what I wanted to know. I was just interested what you think about
So you
that.
kind of mean that you would want your children to have a similar childhood to yours?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we're at Bar FM. We thought this was a karaoke place, but it turns out it's more of a club. Still, people had fun, people enjoyed, so. Yeah, like my mom's a nurse, and she brought me over here when I was 7 years old. And when, like at first it felt a bit weird, like, you go into a different country, you don't know anyone, you don't know the culture. And in a way, I was sort of like trained a little bit before I came over here to sort of like know what to expect. But even then, there's a difference between learning about something and actually experiencing it for yourself. So I guess what's interesting with me is that, as someone who spent half of his life in the Philippines and the other half here, I guess it's a mixture of the two cultures, because on the one hand, it's kind of like a running joke. I'm in the Philippines, people call me British. I'm here in Britain, people call me Filipino. And it's I guess it's like that, conflict between the two, which I guess makes it quite interesting. Hey, nice to meet you, Rafael. Yeah, definitely, bro. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
I don't know, could you imagine living anywhere else but in...
Living anywhere else? For me, I would say that I can envision myself living anywhere, because when two cultures as radically different as the UK and the Philippines, when the two come together, it's very you learn to be comfortable with difference. You're like a walking embodiment of difference in itself. You're walking around, you're not quite Filipino, you're not quite British, but at the same time you're a mixture of the two. And so at first it was very difficult for me to just adjust. I was having a bit of an identity crisis, am I Filipino, am I British? But now I can safely say that because I'm comfortable with who I am, I'm comfortable that, I'm these two cultures at the same time, that I can go anywhere, I can be who I am, I can adapt, as I've done already, I can adapt to any culture that I experience or that I go to. And at the same time, I can uphold the culture that I belong to.
Veš, mi rečemo gremo v Loko, Blagčani rečejo gremo v Škofjo. Ja. Prav zanima, kako boš ti to prevedel. Smiš toliko nekaj izmislil.
Moja ne bo treba vse več povedati.
Then what are you doing tonight?
I'm just cooking ricet, the Slovenian dish.
You said it with the English accent. Rich.
Oh, no, I didn't say. Oh no, I said ricet. So
Rich.
Oh, like ricet, right? It's actually ricet. Ricet. Fuck. Just automatically
rich
shifting, I guess.
You rich. Here you go.
Ah, fuck. Thanks.
Na koncu.
Ja. Ja. Je čeprav tudi pontoni kao, da moraš čakati do zadnjega.
Ja, da vsi pridejo, pa se pol naroči. A res ne? Tok nizko smo padali, da ponton ne
drži več. Ne, tudi da čakaš, da so vsi postreženi, se ni več, zato je pol, to se lahko hledi. Ja, če je pol ljudi, ne, pol ponavadi ni.
Ja, se je kar preda, ne.
Smo malo zasmudila.
Od kdaj sta pa delala to?
To je ena identična njegova.
Pa skozi je pojedla, vsako leto.
Ja, ni Silvestra.
Lani je bil Ljubljane, ne predlani.
Proslavimo planetni dan.
Glavni lyrics. Jaz sem tam nekaj, ali pa drugo, tako čigar.
Pride ponoć, ko gorijo leše svičke, spet me poljubi, hočem ti veliko sreče. Meni je dana, ko poljubim te rdeče.
Te putke bila sem porabil, potem za bonding, ko je bil tam mlad. Ej, kaj je s tom bondingom, zakaj ga nismo razvili? Lahko pa še dobimo, nije mi februarja?
Ne, februarja pravzaprav druga prijava, se pa ti mislim za funding, za afiliacijo, za bojne kavne in
Kaj pa ponovno je
pač društvo za